Everyone, this is James Patrick and Florence Carmela, and we are here. We're going to do a quick podcast. First of all, thank you all for all of the views. We have some views on TikTok that are approaching six figures, and it's all because of you. You guys are spreading the word. Thank you so much. Again, we try to have receipts for all we say. I see so many of these podcasters, and they have 1 million followers, and they're just throwing stuff out there to shock people, and that's not what we're about. We want the truth. People are saying what some of the things that are happening, but we always try to give the truth and always try to give receipts. So first of all, Florence, you're the queen of the social media. What's happening out there?
Yes, there's a couple of really interesting stories. And of course, since our last podcast, I would say the biggest one and the saddest one is the video where you see Diddy assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassie. And it was very hard to watch. A lot of people who were supporters of Diddy actually are not supporting him anymore and went online and said it publicly like, man, I cannot support this. I don't see how anybody could. It was very hard to watch. It was very graphic. It was very violent. And it was very sad, so much so that she had to come out publicly and say that she will always be recovering. She will always be a victim in recovery from her relationship with him. And it's just so sad. And there were a few other stories. One of them actually is a positive one, and I'm very happy for him. Justin Bieber announced that he and his wife, Haley, are expecting their first child. And I think considering all that he's been through, and again, this is all alleged. Allegedly, he was a victim of Diddy's. Nobody knows that for sure when he was a minor. But I think that they must have had a really rough time the last couple of months, knowing she was pregnant, keeping that secret with all the stuff that's been coming out, especially the video that everybody saw online with him at the club. And I just want to say that I'm really happy. I think it's wonderful that they're having a baby, and maybe somehow this will help him get back on track with his life and for his wife as well. And I would say the last story, and it's been the biggest one in the last week, of course, is Jennifer Lopez, Diddy's former girlfriend, and Ben Affleck having problems in their marriage. Apparently, that's the video James was talking about. We're approaching six figures on TikTok. We put out an update and you guys loved it. And we have to say that it is the biggest trending story, especially because a lot of people are saying one of the things Ben's upset about and what made him move out of their home, their marital family home, is all the stuff coming out about Jennifer Lopez, her part in the club shooting with Diddy and all the other stuff that, if you're associated with Diddy and you were one of his girlfriends, allegedly, there's a lot of stuff. And James is going to be unpacking that. But yeah, that's what's been happening on social media.
Okay, thank you all for on social media. We've gotten a chance to meet some of you, and you guys are great people, and we're really excited about you following us. Let's get into it. First of all, I have a JLO story, and my friend, I'm not going to release her name because she'd kill me, but she was in a movie theater years ago when JLO and Ben Affleck were first dating. JLO just got up and took a phone call. And she was talking loud. She was standing. She wasn't even sitting in her chair. She was standing, putting her hand to her side. You know how models do that. And someone finally just said, "Shut up, J-Lo." And everybody started clapping. And Ben Affleck left. Maybe Jennifer Garner isn't going to have lampshades on her head when she's partying or whatever. But boy, I'm telling you, she seems like a very nice person, a very cool lady. And J-Lo, I don't think this is her last marriage. So, allegedly, if they get divorced. But wow, she's a handful. She was also caught on the side of the road taking selfies. She saw billboards with her face on it. So she decided to stop traffic and take selfies because that's what you do when you're a diva. I have no idea why she thinks she is the biggest thing in the world. Her ticket sales for her concert are horrible. They're canceling shows
left and right.
Her narcissistic love letter to herself, that thing that she had on Netflix or whatever it was.
The greatest untold love story.
God, just unbelievable. So she's J-Lo. That's what attention and all that stuff gets to you when you start thinking you're better than everybody else. People in The Living Color said they've seen her in public and seen her at award shows, and when they talk to her, she ignores them. So just come on, J-Lo. let's get right into it. Diddy, Mace has gone nuts. Mace said he was the only one at Bad Boy that didn't sign the NDA. Let's talk about these stupid NDAs. Now everybody's saying, "Oh, these NDAs, they're ironclad." No, they're not. What happens is that if you do an NDA, one of the accusers of Harvey Weinstein, her lawyer was on a show, and he said these NDAs are ridiculous. Now, here's what Diddy's NDA supposedly said: that you could not talk about any of his friends, any of his parties, any of the people that he's been to, any of the people that know him, any of the people that he's talked to. You also can't have your heirs, the people that haven't even been born yet. They can't talk about Diddy. Well, all this stuff is nonsense. If you have an NDA, and I fought with 2 lawyers about it, and they ended up being wrong, thank God. But if you are committing a crime, or if it's such a ridiculous circumstances with the NDA, like the lawyer said, it's pretty much everybody in the United States is governed under Diddy's NDAs. Mace said he would never sign it. He was given $20,000 only, and he said, "Where's my money for? And where's my catalog and all this?" And he just said, "See ya. You pay me back the way what it's worth, and I'll give it back to you." So Mace is on the warpath. Gene Deal said that he was fired, and this was interesting. I never knew why Gene was fired by Diddy. Supposedly Diddy's mom, and we'll get into her, she came on and wanted whatevers with Gene. Gene got ticked. He became outraged, and Diddy fired him. Diddy supposedly treats his mom like one of his girlfriends. If you remember with Kim Porter, Diddy was with every man, woman, whatever, model, whatever, and that Kim Porter would talk to a guy and he'd freak out. Talk about insecure. Then he would freak out. He'd control who she talked to. I mean, he threatened some people. One ended up dead. I mean, there's just allegedly. There's just all this stuff that's going on. Well, Diddy supposedly doesn't want his mom talking to anybody, doesn't want it unless it's other things. But also what's been said is Mace said that his mom was a part of some of these freak-offs. Now, I don't even want to get the visual on that. Look at Diddy's history. His father was in a gang. He knew Frank Lucas. Remember the movie with Denzel Washington? He knew Frank Lucas, American Gangster, that guy. Well, evidently, he was proven to be a Fed rat. He was found, allegedly, with a bullet hole in his head, and everything. He was in his 30s, and he was killed. And many feel it was a hit because he was, an informant. Gene said he was a rat. Now, you look at his mom. His mom had, she had to make money. She doing everything. And one of the things Diddy said was she was an escort. And he was there when she was escorting. So it was just a horrible childhood. Doesn't give him an excuse to be what he's become, but just a horrible childhood. So she's been around. So supposedly she was a part of some of these freak-offs. Cassie had said that one of the things Diddy liked with dark women was to have white fingernails for the freak-offs. Well, isn't it weird that a lot of times when you look at pictures of his mom, she has white fingernails? So allegedly.
And Cassie.
Yep. Just very sad. So now, the thing that really ticked me off with Diddy is Chaka Khan is just a national treasure. She's such a sweet person. She's done a lot for charity. Yes, she was hooked on drugs for a while. Yes, I missed one of her concerts because she was having issues, and that made me mad. But I still love Chaka Khan. She's been clean for 7 years. And if you remember when Whitney Houston died, she was good friends with Whitney Houston. She was crushed. And what really crushed her was Clive Davis, supposedly this guy that discovered her and loved her. And Whitney was my like a daughter. He partied. He had his party. Her body was in the hotel room, the same hotel room he's partying in. Don't you think if someone you loved that was close to you died, you would dump the party? He didn't. So Chaka Khan went nuts she at that time. And if you notice, her career plummeted after that. These guys do not forget, and you can't cross them. So Chaka Khan was at I forget where she was at, but Diddy, I guess, got in her face. And she says that Clive Davis sent Diddy to intimidate her. I guess she even thought maybe he'd hit me. So her son, 19-year-old son, went after Diddy. Well, Diddy has 10 bodyguards because he's tough that way. Always does. And so the guy went up to get Diddy and he was blocked. So the daughter came out and says, I'm so glad this is happening to you, Diddy, for what you did to my mom and my brother, and I'm glad too. It's justice. And Chaka Khan, to her credit, the media wanted to do all these interviews and she refused. She didn't want the drama. She didn't want to say anything. She just wanted to move on from it. So Chaka Khan, old school, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, Mace is going crazy with everything. The guy that he and others are bringing up, that Florence, could you please look up Corey Gamble's Wikipedia? Corey Gamble gives me the same creepy vibes that P. Diddy did in the 90s. That guy, allegedly, to me, is dirty as all get out. Don't you? Okay, Florence, what does his Wikipedia page say?
He doesn't have one. There's no Wikipedia.
Okay. My friend Ryan, I'm not going to say the newspaper, he writes for a tiny little newspaper down in Los Angeles. He is in Wikipedia. No one knows Ryan. Here's a guy that was the tour manager. And remember when Justin Bieber had his breakdown? Who was the tour manager? Corey Gamble. There's many. He and Diddy have been thick as thieves for decades. Now, a lot of people feel he is a Fed. Now, Kanye has said that.
Mm-hmm.
What's sad about Kanye, some of the other things he says is insane. And it detracts from some of the other also, he has no people skills. Someone once said there's an old saying about Kanye and God. The only difference between Kanye and God is God doesn't think he's Kanye. Kanye, whatever. But anyway, so here we are. Who is Corey Gamble is dating Kris Jenner.
The Kardashians.
And now he's all of a sudden in the show. Hello. He's partying with the daughter. I mean, what is going on? This guy is connected to every major player. And who is Diddy thick as thieves with?
Kris Jenner.
This is what I'm saying, you guys. Corey Gamble is connected. Who was there when Kim Porter died?
Corey Gamble.
Her house was bugged. Her house had, because Diddy is just so insecure. He wants to know what she's doing at all times. He's doing whatever he wants, but he wants to do. Isn't it funny that there's so many? Now, some of you are saying, well, Jim, you're not bringing up the coroner. Yeah, the coroner died, but he was 72 years old. So that is, let's stop acting like he was 28 just out of med school. He was 72 years old. So that's viable. Did Diddy have something? I don't know. But anyway, she was there. All of a sudden, she's healthy. She's going out. And now she's gone. She's just dead. Pneumonia. Now, I'm in the respiratory field. I know pneumonia can kill. That's pretty quick. But like I said, Corey Gamble is a part of all these dirty things, the Kardashians. He's involved with Michael. He's good friends with Michael Jordan. You see him on the news with him and his jet all the time. He's got athletes. He's got big-time actors. He's got big-time business people. This guy's partying on yachts. Why in the world is there not one thing about him on Wikipedia? You know why? Because he's high up. He's got connections, either the CIA or the FBI. And if, God bless whatever that have brought Gene and Jaguar Wright that have brought these things out. These things should scare you, because this is what shows what corporations and governments, they're as thick as thieves. And this is the power that they have. Some say, why didn't Cassie come out earlier? Why didn't all these people come out earlier? You're told they could kill your family. They're going to ruin your reputation for life. If you're a girl, especially, or a young woman, you're a 19-year-old girl, the allegations by that Cynthia, I forget her name, but the 17-year-old model that was in the MTV show, she came forward too and said, Diddy, something that I question and wonder, if you're giving all these strong, debilitating drugs, there have been a lot of times with accidental deaths. Has there ever been a death at one of these freak offs? Because you have, let's say you have a 200-pound woman and a 110-pound woman. That same drug is going to affect the larger woman a lot less than it's going to affect the woman that's 110 pounds. Has anyone died? I mean, there's a lot of questions that we have that need to be answered. Now, here's some other things that I want. So here we go. Biebs has his issues. There's some people that felt that Gamble got Biebs for Diddy. And I don't know if that's true, but whatever.
Allegedly.
Everything's
all
allegedly.
alleged.
Diddy, don't send me an NDA.
It's all alleged.
I ain't going to sign it anyway. But you look at Gene Deal, again, he's been so right on with all this stuff. He said the president of Bad Boy at that time told him a story where Diddy slapped his mom when she didn't want him doing something, one of these freak offs or whatever. And he told her, stay out of my business. His mom slapped her. So allegedly. But this is the problem. When you're dealing with Diddy, when you're dealing with these guys, they're dirty as anything. The Kardashians, these people are dirty. Their empire was started on a sex tape. Please stop telling me she was a model before. I know she wasn't. She was
Paris Hilton's assistant.
Yeah, and she was fixing closets.
Yeah, she was a closet organizer.
And Ray J, Ray J made her. So, so this is what I'm saying. But you guys, don't listen to, there's a lot of great podcasts out there. I'm not saying just listen to us, but there's a lot of great podcasts. But if someone says the feds are doing this, I'm sorry, some 19-year-old girl from the OC doesn't know what the feds are doing. Jaguar Wright somewhat knows because she's involved with so much.
She was there.
And she was there for a lot of, Gene Deal was there for a lot of this stuff. Mace was there for a lot of this stuff. And the thing is that Mace said it right. He goes, I'm not scared of you. We're not scared of you. You're going down. And that's what needs to happen. 50 Cent is going to do his special. He got the rights to it. Netflix. He's going to go. That thing is going to break records of viewership. I'm telling you right now. So 2 things from all this stuff. It's getting more creepier. We'll try to keep it PG for you. It's getting creepier. This ain't nothing. Wait till the politicians get involved. Wait till the legal people get involved. Ellen, she was like to go there. Wait till famous athletes get involved. Wait till all this goes. Other celebrities, actors. Ashton Kutcher looks awful quiet. Well, he can never keep his mouth shut. And now he's not saying a word. So there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. And so watch out. We're going to put some shorts and give a couple of quick things later in the week to keep up with it. So don't drive behind JLO, especially if you see her stuff on the side. You're going to wait a while, and just, gosh, this stuff is, to us, it's sad. I've been watching this stuff since the 90s, and Gene Deal came out in 99 and was spilling his soul, and no one would listen. Keefy D's been telling how the murder went for Tupac for 20 years, that Diddy paid $1 million to someone to give to Keefy D, and he never got it. And these were the feds that told him. But yet there's, we don't know what happened. I mean, this is ridiculous. I want it all to go down. I want all these people. Remember Cosby, America's Dad? Remember all these things? Matt Lauer, the prince of morning television. I mean, don't get obsessed with these celebs. It's fun to like them. We've been lucky. We've done so many great interviews with celebs, but these guys need to be called, and I don't care who it is. I don't care if I like them. I don't care if I've looked up to them. I want everyone to go down. And this house of cards, government feds, I want them to go down for being so dirty. I want cops to go down. I want the whole card to go. I'm so sick of corruption. I'm so sick of the ultra rich getting away with whatever they want. So you guys, be good to each other. Have a great week. Be positive. With all this stuff going on, take a deep breath and have a great week. And thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
your support. Like and subscribe.
Thank
Take
you
care,
so
guys.
much. Thank you.